Hi, Capricorn. My name is Missy, and I am here to do the bullshit and the blessings for the second half of September. So I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. Uh, Actually, before I get into that, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. So when I say this is for the second half of September, actually these readings are meant to be timeless. So if you come across this and it's not September of 2022, but the details of the reading fit for your situation, then it's definitely meant to be your reading. But if they don't fit at any time that you watch it, then, it's not your reading. Don't try to make it, don't try to force it, because that's going to do more harm than anything. Give me a second. I need to turn my music down. It's kind of screaming at me. It was distracting me. It was a little too loud. So yeah, obviously I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. So if you need advice in any of those areas, please consult professionals, and, don't do something simply because I suggest it in one of these videos. You're an adult. You know your life better than I do. So you have to use your knowledge and your own intuition and your own skills and ability to navigate your life. I'm just here to read the cards based on the energies as they are right here, right now, in this moment. So with that said, we're going to do things a little bit differently for the next couple of weeks, at least, because of Mercury being retrograde in Libra and Mars in Gemini. That tells me that there's definitely a need to sort of slow down and pay attention to the details, especially with anything that anyone is saying, right? That also means that, I have a responsibility to pay attention to what I'm saying as well. So that means that this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal. I'm not going to be rushing through it like I normally would. I'm actually going to approach this reading the way that I would if I was sitting in front of you, face to face doing the reading. I only hurry through them if I'm trying to post a video to social media, really. When they say social media does not show you the proof or the truth of anything, that is definitely true. Social media is always a lie. So anyway, I'm trying to rush through the other videos, but today I'm not going to do that, and it's going to be like that for at least the next several weeks. So if you don't like longer videos, I apologize, but I want to make sure that I pay attention and really take my time with this so that I don't say the wrong thing or miss details that might be important. Also, with Mercury being retrograde or starting the retrograde in Libra, moving into Virgo, and then back into Libra, this tells me that there are going to be a lot of people who will be working through relationship issues, or, some people will be working through like work and job issues, or questions around how are you spending your time each day? What are you doing with your time? And so because of that, again, like I say, we just want to pay attention to the details. I have the song Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner, coming in the background. So anyway, what I want to do is I'm going to pull some charms to get kind of overall general energies, and then I'll look at the cards to get the details. I feel like there's too many charms here for some reason. So interesting. Something just happened for you that happened with Virgo. I don't know if you're dealing with a Virgo or anything like that, but if you are, you might want to watch that video. And what it was they got the lighthouse that came in this exact position. It fell off the board right next to the point from my pendulum here, the ruby end of my pendulum. And so for Virgo, the reading was mainly about protection and security. I don't know if that's what your reading is going to be about, but I know that the lighthouse, is about protecting the ships from the rocks from running ashore, right? Or hitting the shore. And so the lighthouses are there to guide them in the right direction. Now, Ruby, the energy of Ruby, it connects to the divine feminine or the goddess. So, it could be that you are connected to a specific goddess in your own personal practice, or it could be that maybe you need to reconnect with either reconnect with a feminine or maybe reconnect with the divine feminine. Feels more, it's like you need to let the goddess guide you, is really, I that's how it feels. That's what I want to say. I was just looking for a more flowery way to say it, thank you, Mercury. So yeah, take that however it resonates for your situation. Okay, so let's move on. We have my Goodnight Moon next to music. We have the octopus. Hold on. We've got the number 8 domino and the number 6 domino. Let me get this one turned over. I love the way these nails look, but I hate, trying to do practical things with them. So everything that's here right in this like center is kind of like the focus for this next 2 weeks, right? This is telling me this is what you're focused on, or if you're not already focused on these things, you should be. I do kind of feel like this surprise is sitting in the center, but it's also here. I'll get to that in just a second. Let's look at the numbers first. So you have these 2 dominoes, the number 6 and the number 8 dominoes, which are actually broken down into a 4, 2, 2, and 6. So those numbers could be important to you, 4, 2, 2, 6, or any combination of that. It could be, a year, like any combination of it, 8, 6, 4, or 2. Okay. The number 4 has to do with security. It has to do with your foundation, right? Stability. It has 4 equal sides, so equality can be added to that. But then when you have the 2 in there, and notice there are 2 of those 2s. So, the number 2 is prominent, meaning partnership, support, 2 things coming together. And then when you have the number 6 is the number for Venus. So that can be either love or money, which we already knew with Mercury retrograde anyway, that this was going to be a love or money issue because it's 7th and 6th house. So take those numbers however they resonate for your situation. With the octopus, so I personally see the octopus as something that can be dangerous, and the reason for that is because if you watch even someone who has a pet octopus, or watch an octopus in the water, even very friendly octopus, well, the first thing that they do is they get their tentacles on you, those suckers attach, and then they try to pull you down under the water so that they can take their time getting to know you and exploring every nook and cranny, right? There's just something, it can pull you under, it can drown you, it can and that being drowning, you don't have any oxygen. It can suffocate you. It can kill you, or it can kill something, right? So even though this octopus is sitting over the word where it says yes, or the answer yes, I I feel like that yes might have some negative energy attached to it because of my personal meaning for the octopus. Some you may have your own meaning for the octopus. So if that's the case, take it however it resonates for you. But if you don't, if you're just watching this and you don't know what the octopus symbolizes, and you have a question about something and you're wanting to know yes or no, the answer is yes. And the reason for it is because it will suffocate you. You will feel like you're drowning. You will feel like it is pulling you under very quickly, and it's dangerous. Or it will feel dangerous at least, but I think it is dangerous. So with the good night moon and the music here, I feel like, it's saying use music to relax yourself. Or even if you're having difficulty sleeping, maybe music will help you. Meditation also kind of, through your earbuds while you're trying to fall asleep, listen to, or affirmations, listening to those while you sleep might help you. With this ice cream cup, it's a surprise. It's something that belongs to my granddaughter who is too old to play with it now. So I put it in my charm box specifically to represent children. So there could be a surprise around your children. Maybe, this is the blank rune, the weird rune. It's basically the rune that means, it's the mystery, right? There's a mystery attached to whatever this surprise is that's coming in for you, either from your children or around children. It could even be like saying, try again. You never know. Take that however it resonates. And again, I'm not a doctor. It's just saying, try again. You never know. Because of the mystery rune, right? You never know. It's a mystery. We have the $10 bill with the arches and the piece of hematite. So you're attracting abundance, you're attracting fortune. You could be even attracting maybe a promotion or some sort of recognition with you're going through a new doorway, passing through something, right? Passing through the arches, right? Or being accepted in some way. Or maybe this acceptance or this passing through something is what attracts abundance to you. Also, the number 10 is a redo, a restart, which kind of comes back to this where it says try again. You never know. With this particular charm, I don't know, it's coming out a lot today, which is interesting to me because this is one that I don't really have a special meaning for. I just bought a bunch of charms and it happened to be in there, and it says branded goods and supplies since 1982 with the number 0409. And so this could be saying maybe you are starting a business or you have started a business, maybe the year 1982. There could be something about this message here that's important to you, that has to do with alignment and timing, because it's coming out next to wait, where it says wait. So it's saying hold off, the timing isn't quite right. Maybe you need to wait until after this happens here before you try to brand something. Okay, I feel like that's everything for the charms. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the cards. But we have, it's exactly 1:23 as I go to look at the song, and the song is Can't Get Enough by Bad Company. So you might want to Google that. See if it applies to your situation. Take a minute to breathe with me, please. One more, and then I think it'll be nice and clear. All right. So let's just look and see if, what are the details, like what do they want you to know about the last 2 weeks? What do you need to be aware of, prepare for? What do we need to know? Justice. I kind of feel like these wanted to come out, but I don't really want, I want to wait until they actually come out on their own. So the interesting thing about justice in this position, you know, these cards are two-sided, right? So this is when justice, it's like, well, first of all, if you're dealing with a legal situation, the justice has not been served yet, or like the decision, not the decision, yeah, the judge hasn't made their final decision, but it's called something. What is it called? The orders haven't been made yet, or the final judgment hasn't been made when it's in this position. You're still, it's unjust at this point, but I don't feel like it's saying it's unjust because you're not going to get justice. I think it's saying it's unjust because you're still waiting for the decision. I feel like it's like somebody's still thinking about it at this point. Again, take it however it resonates. I just realized when I said the orders haven't been made yet, that could resonate if you're trying to start a business. Like maybe you haven't even placed any orders yet. Maybe you don't have inventory or something. That could be somehow important for your situation. We do have the Strength card and the Four of Wands. So in both of these cards, this is, this here is kind of after the fact, and the same with this card, but I'll explain them both. So the Strength card talks about courage, but it's also about patience and being gentle. Also balance, right? Because you have the infinity symbol. So the lion is very scary. He's roaring. He's making noise because he's got a thorn in his paw. She knows this. She knows she can take the thorn out of his paw, but she's got to be able to approach him first, right? So how does she do that? She's got to let him know that she can be trusted, that she's not a danger to him, that she's there to help. And the best way to do that is through, kindness and patience and gentleness. So this is sort of after the fact. As you can see, now she's got her hand in his mouth, right? This is where... And it's so interesting to me in this, each tarot deck is unique in their imagery, especially the modern tarot decks, right? Unless you're looking at like Rider-Waite imagery. And so when I look at this side, I feel like now she's healed the lion and now she's his defender. She's helping him. She's having the courage and helping him to face down this fear, although they're trying to depict this as the fear or the courage that's needed. But I think the courage has already been, like, you've already faced your fear. You've already gone through this phase. So now you're in the after effects where you've got your hand in the mouth of the lion. Now you're trusting the lion not to bite you, and he's trusting you to heal him. Although in this particular deck, they don't follow the same storyline that is typically told in like a Rider-Waite deck, right? Or one of the others, like the Fool's Journey is a good, if you're like new to tarot and you want to study the major arcana, the sequence of the major arcana, the Fool's Journey comes with I think Tarot Made Easy. It's like a set. But anyway, you'll want to read that. Anyway, so this is after the fact. This is after you've faced your fear. Now you've got your hand in the mouth of the lion. He's trusting you. You're trusting him. Same thing here. This is like a partnership. You're trusting each other. This is after the ceremony, because the Four of Wands typically depicts the wedding, the ceremony that actually takes place where you say the vows. But this, again, I read my cards intuitively, and when I look at this, they've already passed under the I forget what these things are called, but the thing for the wedding, it's not a gable or whatever it is. They've passed under. You see the sun up ahead now, right? So anyway, it's like after they've said their vows, they're crossing the threshold, I should say. Remember the threshold here. And we have, God, it's interesting, but we have the song Bad Liar, Imagine Dragons playing in the background. So take that however it resonates for your situation. It may not even resonate for your situation, but maybe there's something about this partnership that is off. And I do have to say that, it's been a long time since I have pulled this particular deck out to use it. I used to use it a lot when I was doing live readings on Facebook. And so I always see this side as a little bit fake. Like if you were, especially in relationship readings, I look at this side because look at how bright and sunny it looks, right? It's a new beginning. You see the Aries, the ram's head. You see the dove here. It's peaceful. It's a new beginning. Everybody's happy and joyful. It's bright and colorful. But then when you look at this side, it kind of looks like the sun is setting a little bit, right? Like here's the sun is a little bit further down in the sky. Things are starting to get a little bit dark. We've got this song Bad Liar playing in the background. Maybe if this was like a partnership, maybe that's why justice is here. Maybe that's why it feels unfair. Maybe you faced your fear to join into a partnership with someone and something happened. Hold on. I'm going to tell you in just a second. So I know what happened. So here's Taurus. So you could be dealing with a Taurus. I know this is Capricorn's reading and it does not have to necessarily represent Taurus. It can represent Capricorn if this is talking about you, because this is just earth energy. And also I typically see the King of Pentacles as like the CEO, the business owner, right? So again, if you're looking at some sort of legality around partnership or business that's coming through very strong. Oh God, look at this here. Hold on. And then over here, so you've got one person who's like the CEO or the boss or trying to take the lead or trying to be a boss. And then with this 10 of Wands in this deck on this, in this position, I always see it as one person carrying the load while someone else is not. Someone else is being lazy. They're standing still. They're not moving. They're not just a statue. Look at how cracked and beat up and weather beaten that statue is, because they've been kind of sitting still doing nothing for a long ass time. Like you've been carrying this load. Like I kind of feel like it's saying how much longer are you going to carry this load for this person? I think it's saying that specifically. Maybe you've been carrying a load for this person specifically for a while and you need to stop. So with the Knight of Swords and the Three of Wands, you've been waiting for your ships to come in. In this position, obviously, there's no ship there. The sun is still shining, though. There's still hope, especially with that blue and yellow yin and yang there. To me, I always feel like that has to do with like putting your intuition to work for you, like using your intuition to recognize when the timing is right to act. God, if it would just focus. Come on. Oh, this camera annoys me. There we go. You see, it's like fire engulfing what looks like ice or water right there. Yeah, and then look at the fire on his staff here, the symbols coming through his staff. So he's still aligned. You're still aligned, but you're angry, and you're wanting to come in and say something with all the birds here in this Knight of Swords. Now we've got the Two of Wands and we've got the Three of Cups. This is where someone's praying or asking for help, asking for support, I think, with this combination. Maybe that's why there's no justice yet. Maybe there's no decision that's been made yet. Now we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. Interesting that the Knight of Cups seems to be looking at the King of Wands in this position, or the way that it's sitting on the bottom of the deck, right? Like it's like he's behind him, looking at him from behind. The King of Wands does not see the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, as you can see from this position, like if you're looking at it from the King of Wands, well, actually, from your perspective, looking at the King of Wands, you would see the Knight of Cups getting ready to approach this King of Wands with an offer. So this is water energy or emotional offer, right? Coming towards a fiery, active energy, because, you know, this could be a fire sign. It doesn't have to be, it could just be someone who's really a leader, because this is the King of Wands. So a king is very active, a leader, a leadership role. So there could be like an emotional offer coming towards whoever the leader is. So and I feel like maybe you see this, but if you were looking at things from the Knight of Cups perspective, he would be looking at the Knight of Wands, at all of the healing that's been happening, because the Knight of Wands in this position is looking at this snake, and snakes have to do with like healing and regeneration, renewal as well, because they shed their skin, they change. So the Knight of Cups has been watching the Knight of Wands change, healing, and now there's this offer coming in, but the Knight of Wands doesn't see it. So take this however it resonates for your situation. I just felt really called to call that out as well. I feel like you're asking for support. Maybe that's where the support is coming from, is this Knight of Cups to the King of Wands. Especially if you are the one who's in the leadership position, which I think you are based on this card here with this, where you're doing everything to take care of the other person. That I don't mean to point towards, I accidentally hit the camera. I don't mean to point towards the King of Pentacles, because I think this is you. I think this person here is the one you've been taking care of, and it's time for you to stop. You need help, you need support, and there is support coming from someone who's been watching you, everything that you're doing, all of the work that you've been putting in, all of the changes that you've been making, the transformations. Oh, look, transformation with the death card in the transformation position. Right, because you see the sun coming. You see she's now the phoenix rising from the dead. That's what this position of the death card means. And then look, not just rising from the dead. You see she's facing away from us here. And now when you turn it over, here she is ready to fight, ready to go for it. Okay, very interesting. But I am going to leave this here. Take it however it resonates for your situation. I do think some support and help is coming in. But I do think you have to ask for it. And I do think you need to speak up or say something or whatever. There's like some decision coming here, some justice that needs to be fulfilled here, but someone's like hasn't made their decision yet. But whatever is going on with that, like maybe, I don't know, there's a decision that needs to happen there. Maybe it's yours. Maybe you need to decide to stop this right here. Okay, yeah, so I am going to leave this here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything you can to help me, and it definitely does help me. And for that, I am very grateful that you watched, and thank you.